Hello, this is Doug Tidwell for CloudBees with good news for Windows users about CloudBees CI and the Google Kubernetes engine. CloudBees CI, which you probably know as CloudBees Core, now supports Windows nodes on GKE. That means you can integrate Windows and Linux pipelines in your builds, all from the same console you know and love. Before we take a quick look at how this works, a word of warning. What I'm about to show you is running on the GKE Rapid Release channel as of May 1st, 2020. It works today, but be aware that you may have to change some things as GKE's Windows support moves to the regular and stable channels. So let's get started. First of all, your Kubernetes cluster has to be built a certain way. As we mentioned, we need to use the Rapid Release channel, so we have to use the gcloud beta command. There are two other things we have to do. One, Windows nodes require alias IP, so we need the Enable IP Alias option. And two, a Jenkins executor needs 2 cores, so the default machine type of N1 Standard 1 won't work. We need to use N1 Standard 2. Run this command, and in a couple of minutes, you'll have a Kubernetes cluster capable of supporting Windows nodes. With the cluster up and running, it's time to create a node pool for those Windows nodes. For that, we'll need to use the image type parameter. We'll give the node pool a name associated with the cluster we just built and specify an image type of Windows LTSC. We won't get into the details of Windows image types here. Microsoft recently fixed some security issues. That means, as you'd hope, that older, less secure images are incompatible with GKE's Windows node support. There are links to more information in the blog post associated with this video if you'd like to know more. If you have to make changes to the code here to get things to work, an incompatible image will probably be the reason. The next step is to install CloudBees CI in the cluster. Once that's done, we're all set. Now we'll create a couple of pipelines. Just to prove that we can run both Linux and Windows pipelines inside our managed master, we'll start with this one-liner. Because it doesn't define a separate container, it runs inside the same container as the Jenkins agent, meaning it runs on Linux. And there are our exciting results. Now we're going to create a pipeline that uses a Windows node to run a simple PowerShell command. Obviously, a real-world example would do actual work, but that's not the point here. Our pipeline definition starts with the YAML you see here. A couple of things we should point out. First of all, notice that we're creating 2 containers. One is the Jenkins JNLP agent, but the other container is based on an image from the Microsoft Container Registry. That's what we'll use to run PowerShell. Secondly, we have the crucial node selector property. That's where we specify the operating system we need, which is how GKE determines which node pool to use. With the YAML defined, our PowerShell command simply gets a list of all the environment variables in the current environment, sorts them, and writes them out to the console. Running the pipeline, we'll see these results. So it's as simple as that. The ability to run Windows-hosted jobs in your pipelines is extremely powerful, and we're pleased to provide this support to GKE users. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments here or in the blog post associated with this video. For CloudBees, this is Doug Tidwell. Cheers.